Hey there, fellow sports gamblers. It's Steel Picks for you with the 5 best NBA playoff prize picks and underdog free picks for today, May 9th. Before we get into today's picks, let's see what happened to us yesterday. Josh Hart did his best Charles Oakley impersonation, pulling down 11 rebounds to go over the 9.5 rebounds we said he'd go under. Jaden McDaniels was 2 for 14 from 2-point range to go over the 8.5 2-point attempts we said he'd go over. Anthony Edwards was generous, much more generous than he usually is, dishing out 6 assists to go over the 4.5 assists we said he'd go over. But Stephon Castle had 7 first half points to go under the 7.5 first half points we said he'd go over, and ended the game with 13 points to go under the 14.5 points we said he'd go over. 2 out of 5 is not good, but let's see if we can't put together an immaculate ticket for today. First up, we have Tobias Harris over 19.5 points and assists against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, in the last 7 games, Tobias Harris has been over this mark. He only missed it in the second game against Orlando. He has been absolutely stellar and has proven himself as a viable number 2 option for the Detroit Pistons, aside riding shotgun with Cade Cunningham. And as you can see, in these games, most of the games, he has been over the 19.5 points and assists with points and alone. As a matter of fact, in every game in the last 7 games, he has been over 19.5 points, let alone points and assists. So even in the Cleveland series in the first 2 games, 20 points, 21 points, obviously the high water mark for the playoffs being the 30 points in the closeout game 7 against Orlando to take the series. But Tobias Harris has definitely established himself as the go-to guy when it's not Cade Cunningham. With regards to minutes played, you see he's averaging 34.5 minutes a game. And in the series against the Cleveland Cavaliers, he's got 38.5 in game 1, 36.9 in game 2. He's definitely getting some shot opportunities in this series, 14 in game 1, 16 in game 2. Shooting a pretty good percentage, 43% in game 1, not great, but came back really strong with 56 in game 2. 3 points made. He's certainly hitting the mark there as well. In game 6 and 7 against Orlando, had 7 attempts for those, 2 out of 7 in game 6, 5 out of 7 in game 7. But in this series, he's certainly been getting an opportunity to take the 3, not necessarily making them in game 1, but in game 2, he came back for 2 for 3. Getting to the free throw line, not so much in game 2, but game 1, he was able to get there 8 times, making 7 of those. We love when the players that we want to have a high scoring average and high points and assists score with no points coming off the clock. Definitely think that Tobias Harris is more than worthy of getting the 19.5 points and assists. And as you can see, Prizepicks likes this as well, as they have him at minus 119. Next up, his teammate, the superstar, Cade Cunningham, over 6.5 free throws. As you can see, there has only been 1 game in the playoffs that he has not had at least 6.5 free throw attempts. That was game 2 against Orlando. That was at home. Don't quite know exactly what happened in that game. But as you can see, ever since, he's been to the line at least 8 times. The high water mark being 14 times in game 5 against Orlando. But as you can see, he's been getting to the line pretty frequently. Have no reason to think that he will not continue to get to the line as well. Understanding that Detroit has taken the 2-0 lead in the series and going to Cleveland, the momentum, they want to remain on their side. So he is going to be aggressive going to the hole. Understanding that Tobias Harris is going to be riding shotgun with him, trying to facilitate and help him out as well. But Cade Cunningham is going to be aggressive, in my opinion, getting to the line, making things happen. As you can see, he has not been shy with regards to his minutes, averaging 38.5 minutes a game. And in the last 2 games against Cleveland, he's been over 41 minutes a game. Does he get to the free throw line? Most definitely. In game 1, he got there 11 times, making 9 of those. In game 2, he got there 8 times, making all 8 of those. So definitely thinking that Cade Cunningham is going to go over the 6.5 free throws. Definitely like his chances for doing that. As you can see, as far as free throws allowed, Cleveland for the regular season was pretty average, about 17 in the league. Cade Cunningham understands the gravity of the situation and will definitely make it a point to get to the free throw line and be aggressive going to the hole as much as possible. Over the 6.5 free throws. As you can see, Prizepicks likes this as well, as they have them at over 6.5, minus 119. Next up, we have Jarrett Allen, under 10.5 points, rebounds, and assists against the Detroit Pistons. Now, Jarrett has been a little bit of an anomaly with regards to the playoffs so far. He's either fantastic or he's very much underdoing things. So I'm not going to say I don't know what's going to happen, but I certainly think that he's going to be under this mark. I think he's going to be a little overwhelmed with regard to coming home in a must-win situation. As we all know, fellow sports gamblers, no one has ever come back from 0-3 down, so this is, I would call, a must-win game for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And as we can see, the stats analytics back this up. In 7 of his last 10 games, of course, we'll just count the playoff games, he has been under this mark, so that would be 7 of the last 9 games. And with regards to points and assists, only 1 assist in game 1 against Detroit, and only 7 points, 3 rebounds in game 2 against Detroit. So I thought that he would have an easier time with regards to playing against Jalen Duren, but so far he has been in a lot of foul trouble and not really been able to produce with regards to kind of helping his team win. And in the points, rebounds, and assists category, which is what we're focused on at present, has not been able to do so. Of course, we all know that the Detroit Pistons have a great defense. As you can see in points allowed, rebounds allowed, and assists allowed, 3-3-1. And in first half, points, rebounds, and assists allowed, 5-4-1. So it doesn't look very favorable for Mr. Allen with regards to that. As far as minutes are concerned, wasn't able to play a whole lot of minutes in game 1 because he was in a tremendous amount of foul trouble. In game 2, he bounced back and played 15 of the 24 minutes, but still not that productive with regards to points, rebounds, and assists, as you can see. Points and rebounds, as you can see. So certainly not the thing that we're thinking he's going to be able to do. And in addition, Jarrett Allen has failed to exceed 10.5 first half points, rebounds, and assists in 7 of his last 8 games versus top 10 defenses for assists allowed. Number 1 is the Detroit Pistons. So certainly thinking that Jarrett Allen is going to go under the 20.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Although it is a must-win game, I do think that Jalen Duren is going to do his thing, and Jarrett Allen is not. Prizepicks likes it as well, as they have him at minus 119 for the under 10.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And as a friendly reminder, when you sign up with BETR using my promo code WINCASH, you'll receive 2 anytime tokens worth up to $100 each. And when you sign up with Novig using my STEELEWINS promo code and spend $5, you'll get a $50 bonus. Plenty of extra cash to place on these prop bets and win some money. Good luck, everyone, in doing that. Hopefully, you guys take advantage of the opportunity. It's free money out there. Let's see what you can do with it. Next up, we have the MVP of the league, the reigning MVP of the league, the current NBA champion and current NBA champion MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, over 36.5 points and assists. Why do I say this, considering he has not really been able to do that except for this little peak against the Phoenix Suns in games 2 and 3 and 4, where he crushed that number pretty easily? Because in games 1 and 2 versus the Los Angeles Lakers, he has been in tremendous foul trouble and not really been able to do his thing. I do not expect, fans, I do not expect that same level of unproduction in game 3, considering that he will be in the bright lights of Los Angeles, certainly wanting to display what his skills are, what his skill set is, and understanding that he wants as much rest as is humanly possible. A 3-0 lead is, for the most part, statistically insurmountable. So he is going to do his thing to be as aggressive as is humanly possible and make as many shots and dish out as many assists as he can. The over the 36.5 points and assists is certainly something that he's capable of. And in addition, with regards to minutes, he's been playing a lot of minutes, of course, as I said. He was in a little bit of foul trouble in game 2, not able to really show us a complete arsenal. In game 1, he had 35 minutes, but again, a lot of foul trouble. But with regards to his field goal attempts, not very high in games 1 and 2. For the playoffs, his high water mark was game 2 against Phoenix Suns, where he was absolutely awesome. When he has got the ball, he's certainly shooting at a very high percentage, as you can see, 83% in game 3 against Phoenix. Good Lord. Game 4, 59% in both of the games against the Los Angeles Lakers, combined shooting 53.5% from the field. With regards to getting to the free throw line, he was able to get to the free throw line 9 times in game 2. Game 1, not so much. The high water mark being 17 times in game 1 against Phoenix. Don't necessarily expect that type of free throw percentage and opportunities, but I certainly think that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander understands. He wants rest. He wants to put the Lakers to bed. He wants to put them in a no-win scenario, and he knows that all eyes are on him, especially in LA. That's a Tupac reference for those of you out there that don't know, but he's going to do his thing. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over 36.5 points and assists. Novig likes this as well. As you can see, they have him at minus 110. At 110. And last but not least, the king, LeBron James, over 29.5 points and assists. Now, in the same way that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wants to put the Los Angeles Lakers behind the 8 ball and end all hope and questions as to whether this series is going to continue or when it's going to happen, LeBron James is going to do his best to make sure that they have an opportunity to continue this series along. And so, as you can see in the playoffs, he's been doing quite well with regards to the over 29.5 points and assists. He's done that 7 of the last 10 games. The only games that he's, 7 of the last 9 games in the playoffs. The only games that he's missed are game 4 against Houston, 10-9. That was kind of a weak game. And then in the last game, even game 2 against Oklahoma City, he was 29 points and assists. And there was an and one. I don't know if you guys watched the game. There was an and one that he should have got the call on that he didn't get the call on. But that's unfortunate. That's just kind of how the sports gambling world goes. But with regards to what he can do in game 3 at home in the crypto arena, I certainly think that he is going to take advantage and opportunity of all of that. Minutes, as you can see, he's been playing a very consistent amount of minutes. 36.3 in game 1, 37.8 in game 2. Has he been getting to the free throw line? Not really in game 1 so much, and I would have liked to see a little bit more free throw percentage in game 2, but unfortunately he wasn't able to do that. I certainly think that he will be able to do that in game 3 at home. With regards to the three-point attempts, he's actually been shooting the three-point ball pretty well. As far as attempts are concerned, only 1 for 4 in game 2, 3 for 6 in game 1. Field goal attempts, he's getting to the line quite often. He's making a lot of free throws, I should say. Field goal attempts. 9 for 18 in game 2, 12 for 17 in game 1. So he's getting the shots up. He's going to make it happen, ladies and gentlemen. 29.5 points and assists. Novig likes it as well as they have him at the minus 101. So to recap, we have Tobias Harris over 19.5 points and assists. Cade Cunningham over 6.5 free throws. Jared Allen under 10.5 first half points, rebounds, and assists. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over 36.5 points and assists. and the King LeBron James over 29.5 points and assists. And in addition, the ticket I put together is Tobias Harris over 19.5 points and assists, Cade Cunningham over 6.5 free throws, and the King LeBron James over 29.5 points and assists. That's the 5 picks I have for you today. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the Steel Picks for You channel. And good luck, everyone.